Jaeons is a unique Korean housing rental system where tenants pay a large, upfront deposit, usually 50 to 80% of the property value instead of monthly rent. At the end of the lease, the deposit is fully refunded. This system has historically been popular due to its cost efficiency and stability for tenants. But recent financial risks and fraud cases have led to a shift toward monthly rental agreements. In the Seoul and Gyeonggi areas, the proportion of monthly rent transactions in the villa rental market has, for the first time, exceeded 50%. This shift is largely attributed to the aftermath of the so-called Jaeons fraud cases, which have pushed the market to transition from Jaeons to monthly rent agreements, increasing housing costs for tenants. This year, the total number of villa rental transactions in Seoul was approximately 127,000. Among these, monthly rent agreements accounted for about 68,000 transactions, making up 53% of the total. This is the highest proportion since 2011, when the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, and Transport began tracking this data. It also marks the first time that monthly rent agreements have surpassed half of all rental transactions. The share of monthly rent in the Seoul villa rental market was only 29.5% in 2020 and slightly rose to 30.3% during the Jaeons price surge in 2021. It then climbed to 39.5% in 2022 and 48.1% in 2023, finally breaking the 50% threshold in 2024. A similar trend is observed in the Gyeonggi region, where out of approximately 63,000 reported rental agreements this year, 32,760 were for monthly rent, representing 51.6%. This is a significant increase from 30.6% in 2020. The growing societal issue of Jaeons fraud, where tenants fail to recover their deposits, has expedited the shift from Jaeons to monthly rent, especially in villa rentals. Industry experts predict this trend will accelerate if the proposed reduction in loan-to-value ratios by the Housing and Urban Guarantee Corporation is implemented. This move is likely to increase violations and exacerbate housing insecurity, further accelerating the monthly rent phenomenon. In response, the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, and Transport plans to introduce corporate-style long-term rentals of up to 20 years to expand rental housing supply. However, concerns remain that replacing the relatively affordable interest on Jaeons deposit loans with higher monthly rent payments will increase tenants' overall housing costs.